How's it going, bro? This is kind of an emotional tutorial for me because this is probably one of my last tutorials I'm gonna be making about house music production. And now this is almost an era coming to an end. I'm not saying forever, but I'm saying that I'm gonna shift my focus a little bit away from making tutorials, because on my YouTube channel I have over 429 YouTube tutorials which explains exactly how I'm producing music, all the tips, tricks, techniques I'm using, also social media, also marketing. It's basically a gold mine of information, my YouTube channel. I realize as well that my focus has to shift a little bit, because my goal in the future is to go more into being the artist, being a performer, focusing on DJing and stuff. And right now I think that editing YouTube videos, creating the YouTube videos takes away so much time from me that I think it is for now not worth it to do them. Also, I've already basically put all my knowledge into it. And in this, we're going to talk about parallel processing, which is the last type of content that I think I haven't spoken enough about, because it is a very important technique. So this is kind of a sad moment for me, but I really wanted to say thank you so much, guys, for supporting me all the way through. Thank you so much for being part of this with me in this journey. And there's still more content to come. I'm still going to post the future music. I'm still going to post stuff from my artistic side. So let's dive straight into FL Studio. So parallel processing is a technique where we're going to process a specific audio signal on a different mixer channel. The whole principle of parallel processing is that you have one signal, which could be the bass line or even a hi-hat, which sounds too weak and not rich enough, and we're gonna basically add harmonics by parallel processing it in another channel and adding specific different saturations to it, or maybe, I don't know, maybe we want to add a reverb and saturate the reverb, and we have those basically the same signal double twice. So as you can see here, let's say we want to, for example, parallel process the bass line. So I have this beat here, what I produced. So what I want to do is I want to parallel process the bass line. So everything we've got to do really is take the bass line channel and just press this. So now we have a little bit of volume from bass layer 3 going to bass channel 2. On bass channel 2, what we're going to do now, we just now have the same signal doubled. So it's just going to be louder, but it's not going to make it sound different or anything. What we're going to do is we're going to basically process this signal on bass channel 2 differently. So which means that, for example, let's say we want to just saturate the lower or the higher frequencies of this bass line. So first of all, we're going to, for example, add a high pass filter. This is obviously completely voluntary. You don't need to do that. But now we're going to add a saturator, for example, the decapitator. So as you can hear now, together with the saturator, the whole bass line is sounding more louder and also more saturated. Obviously, we could have also just added a saturator on the main bass channel, but then we wouldn't have control over which kind of layers we want to saturate. Maybe also we want to add the higher frequencies into the stereo field, more and more into stereo. Then we're going to add a stereo plugin afterwards. For example, this sounds already way too much. So now this top layer, which is saturated because we added a high pass filter, is too loud. So we're going to decrease the volume. Could be really interesting. Now we're going to also add a stereo field plugin, which could be relay, to saturate, to basically put this high information into stereo, which could be really interesting as well. Nice, love this. There's also a few videos on my channel which explains exactly how to mix the low end of your tech house or your house music tracks properly. Make sure to check that out here. Different saturation going on, maybe in the higher or just in lower harmonics. And I really recommend you to do this technique in a lot of channels, like a lot of famous house music producers. For example, Chris Lake is doing this. Basically everyone who knows what this is really about and what the benefit is does this also in drum channels, like in drum buses, for example. They do it for hi-hats a lot, because a lot of times the hi-hats we're using, they sound very weak. That's a short hi-hat. It sounds clean, but it sounds too weak. To add more harmonics, obviously we're gonna put it onto the hi-hat channel. On the hi-hat channel, we're going to then connect it to an extra channel. And there again, we're going to do the same principle. We want to maybe add a high-pass filter. We're going to add some saturation to exactly this. Then we're going to basically blend this sort of processing which was done on another channel into it and make sure that the volume is kind of right. We can obviously do the same principle not just for saturation, we can also do it for compression, for specific reverbs, or for any effect that you're actually applying to this sort of to this kind of technique. By the way, if you also want to get the specific house music template that I have here with all the 60 ready to go mixing chains with my personal mixing channels, and also here in the playlist, everything assigned, make sure to go on gamma.com. The link for that is under this video, and you're going to basically speed track your house music production really easy. But yeah, I'm using this technique in every single of my production, makes it sound more rich, and this is going to basically solve the problem of your sound and your song sounding too poor and almost too thin. There's like frequencies missing. Anyway, thanks bro for sticking with me so far, bro. I really appreciate you. I really hope that if you have any questions, just message me privately over Instagram. Obviously, I'm still gonna be online, I'm still gonna post heaps of content, but it's gonna switch more over to the artistic side, to storytelling. I'm gonna start to build my brand a bit more, also more performance videos and like some memes as well. I'm still gonna post that and stuff, but the typical YouTube tutorial is gonna be disappearing for a while. There's also one future tutorial I'm gonna post, which is a mastering tutorial, but we'll see if I'm gonna post that. Thanks a lot, bro, for sticking with me, and as always, may the house music be with you.